Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the basement. We have unlimited potential with UFD. We're going to talk about all the reasons why in this video, and there are a multitude of ways that we can look at that. Thank you for being here. Please retweet this, share us on YouTube, follow us on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. But let's talk about one thing very important that we haven't touched on for a little bit, and that is the Lindy effect. The Lindy effect is very powerful when it comes to unicorn fart dust. Guys, at its very simple core, we've got a simple situation on our hands, which leads to very optimistic outcomes for us. And that's basically this. We've got a community that can grow at unlimited speed, unlimited pace, and create unlimited utility. And we've got a limited amount of beans. But when we look at that through the lens of the Lindy effect, it makes us even more optimistic about where we are heading. Let's go out. I just highlighted 2 paragraphs. I want to review this. We got a lot of new people that are coming on board. And this is critical information. This came from Google AI. Thought they'd let them do a synopsis. It says the Lindy effect suggests that the future life expectancy of a non-perishable thing, that would be UFD, we are non-perishable, is proportional to its current age. In simple terms, the longer something has been around, the more likely it is to continue existing. In the context of meme coins like Unicorn Fart Dust, it translates to longevity and resilience. While UFD is relatively a newer meme coin, its continued existence and growth, even starting as a joke, it was an experiment, Google, and exceeding expectations. I don't like when they call this a joke. I didn't start this as a joke. It was an experiment. Could be interpreted through the lens of the Lindy effect. The fact that it has persisted beyond initial speculation and gained significant community support might suggest a higher probability of its continued presence in the crypto space. So guys, we've got the Lindy effect, but that's just the start because we got a lot more going on. You know, and I learned something very interesting yesterday. I was talking to a high-level person that's actually in the gold and silver community, and she was talking about cults. And, you know, sometimes people call meme coin communities cults. It's like we're a cult, right? And she said a cult is when people are forced, there's no room for people to think any other way than the way that the community thinks. And that is not the case with UFD. I really don't like, I know it's a word that gets thrown around a lot. It's not a big deal, but I don't look at what we're doing as a cult. Are we a club? Yes. Are we a family? Yes. Are we a community? Yes. Are there sometimes disagreements in clubs, families, and communities? Yes. That's okay. That's how we grow. It's good that we disagree. Sometimes it happens, right? Susie and I disagree. And every once in a while, and maybe more often than I'd like to admit, I gain a different perspective by listening to the wise queen, yeah, her right there, upstairs Susie. So I don't know why I went off on that, but I'm not real fond. I say we're a cult, C-O-L-T, and I really do prefer that we look at ourselves like a family. I think families can grow, families can learn, families can evolve. And that's what our community has proven day in and day out, and become stronger and stronger. Learn how to work through difficulties, all the difficulties that are thrown at us from the outside world. And we've faced a few, right? But even when there's disagreements within our community, we all don't have to think alike. That's the beauty of good attracts good, right? We set aside a lot of our political beliefs, religious, whatever, right? Oh, hold on. Susie says my microphone's messed up. Hold on. We're having some technical issues here. Orientation, audio. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me better now? We're going to check in with Susie now that we did a mic check. Mic check. Hold on one second. Hello, Susie. Does it sound better? Over? Okay. Sorry, guys. The microphone was not going through this microphone. It was going through that microphone. but you've essentially heard the message of what I was saying. So we got so many new people joining us. Welcome to all the new dusters. Horns up, dusters. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is not financial advice. Don't buy or sell anything. Make any kind of financial decisions. Always be responsible on a personal level. I want to express that to you. That's very important. Please be responsible. Don't take too much risk. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. New dusters. Yeah, everywhere. Here's one. Let's look at an example. Popped up yesterday, and we're getting these are coming in by the tens and tens. So if I'm not sharing you, please don't take it personally. But this was the path to 10 million. A lot of people coming into our community with 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 subscribers. And he put one day in at official UFD, and it's changing me. So this first day, it's changing him. I mean, hey, welcome to the herd, but welcome to everyone out there right now who's a new duster. Okay. Go out on the timeline on X, put $UFD, ask questions, go to some spaces, get to know some people. This is a absolute unique community. Okay. And it will continue to grow. And we are welcoming all the good people. And most everybody out there is good at heart. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, but most everybody out there is good at heart. And we're welcoming everyone into the community. Hey, interest in meme coins seems to be perking up, which is good for us on a macro level with UFD, because remember, we got the Lindy effect in our favor. But Mr. Nolsol pointed out something yesterday that I thought was very exciting. And I'll tell you the reason why. He said, guys, it's happening. Retail is coming. Zoom out even more. We are approaching the meme coin searches back when the Trump coin launched, right? That's back when our market cap hit $400 million, which was the most times meme coins were ever searched. Prosperity will be rewarded to the loyal, honest, and transparent ones. And I think that defines us. But here we go. Look at the interest in meme coin searches are really starting to explode. And when people go out there, right, and people see what's happening, they're going to learn about UFD. And they're going to learn about UFD because of this. Take a look at this data. Hey, it's our friend Franny from the future. And a lot of people posted this. But we are early in UFD. Study the charts, study the community, be bullish. It is your horn tingling yet. And that's I guess you would say, not a heat map, but a chart showing social dominance within the pump fund ecosystem. And as you can see, unicorn, I mean, look at this, guys. Oh, it's been a few days. See if I still have my coloring skills. That is UFD. Look at the size of us compared to the number one, pump, right? Flog, peanut, swarms, fart coin. And you know, the crazy part about this is that our market cap is literally a fraction of most of the other market caps of the meme coins that you see on that graphic right there. It is absolutely insane. It doesn't make any sense. And when things don't make sense, right, usually the laws of nature, the laws of supply and demand, the law of gravity, whatever, catch up with it. Okay, so when all these new people that are, think about that data from Mr. Nolsol, all these new people are searching about meme coins and they're looking, we want them to find UFD, and they are finding UFD, like the example I gave you earlier. And that's just one of many, many examples. It is working. It is work. It is day by day. It's belief, it's passion, and nobody comes close, right, to doing it like UFD does. And when people have this happen to them, this really, really kind of disturbed me. I've been hearing about this, but I saw a post that really brought it up, really brought it home for me. This was from the Solana floor. Okay, big account, 120,000 followers. Just in, I'm just reading their post. Solana-based meme coin Swift, promoted by some of the top influencers, has dumped nearly 90%, falling from 31 million to 3.48 million. And from what I understand, right, this is just correct me if I'm wrong, this is what they call a rug pull. Okay, guys, we can't have this going on in the meme coin sector. If we want normal people, well, we're normal.
Well, I could think we're normal. Are you normal? Well, if you measure yourself against me, trust me, you're normal. But if we want new people, we'll say that's a better word, not normal, new people to come into crypto. If we want the boomers, and we do want the boomers, we want my comrades, the almost boomers, right? I'm 55 years old, and the boomers have a ton of money. If we want them to come into crypto, we can't have these horrible rug pulls, okay? We need people who'll show their face. When you've got billion-dollar projects and nobody knows who's behind them, I hate to say this, but that's a little suspect. Okay. If you want people to trust you, I would think that it's a good idea to show your face. If you're going to be a leader in the crypto world, well, you need to show your mug, right? And the good news is, like, compared to this one, yours is probably going to look a little bit better, right? The other thing is all these shenanigans. I'm sorry, I'm on a rant, right? But we got to, some of the stuff that goes on in the meme coin sector, the craziness. Come on. You're asking people to put their money into something, and you've got a meme coin that's trying to promote itself by throwing adult toys that happen to look like green cucumbers onto the court during WNBA games. That doesn't look good for crypto. That's not a good look. Okay. People pay a lot of money to go to a WNBA game. They maybe bring their little kids, their 8, 9, 7-year-old sons and daughters, and suddenly they got to explain to them why there's green cucumber-shaped adult toys being thrown onto the court. Knock it off. Find another way to do it. I don't know. I'm sorry, but we want the people. That's what we represent as UFD. Honesty, integrity, and good attracts good. We're doing a kids art contest, which is going to end in 24 hours. I'll show you that in a little bit. But come on, guys, show your face. Get out there. Okay. You're asking people to believe in you. There are some other very good communities within the crypto world, but really, okay, I'll just be honest with you. I have a little job I do at night, and the woman that I work with, I was explaining to her, I'm like, yeah, some of these projects are worth billions of dollars. And the people that run them, nobody knows who they are, or they don't even ever show their face or do interviews. She's like, that sounds like crooks. That's just what she said. I didn't say it. And I'm like, but that was an outside, and she's not into crypto. Okay. So that's an outsider's perspective. If we want those type people to come into crypto, well, then we need to act with a little class and a little dignity and a little, be responsible. Okay. And I'm not perfect. And there are some other, look at Luca Netz, right? Like a great guy, a shining star in the crypto world. There are definitely some wonderful top-notch class act people out there. But if we want the other 93% to join us, I don't think that a lot of people at the WNBA game, when they saw the cucumber-shaped adult toys being thrown on the game, said, hey, I want to learn about crypto. Come on. Look, I have a warped sense of humor. Everybody knows that. I think it's funny when you guys make the AI videos of me and my tidy whities, right? But that's different. That's different. I don't know. I'm sorry. I went off on a Nick Cook is still with us. Look, if you're a duster who left the herd, I know you're watching. Oh, by the way, hold on. I'll be back on that point. We all need to do something. We got 300 people. All right. What is today? Thursday? Today, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Today is Thursday. In case you didn't know that. I know a lot of you Deegans stay up all night. It's now officially Thursday, August 14th, 2025. Let's do this as a group. It's real easy. I'm going to go out on X and repost this live stream right now, and I want you to do it. This is your job. Get up there. Sharpen your horns, dusters. All right, I'm going to do it live. Sorry, I'm slow. There we go. And, there we are. It just cracks me up, as you know. Oh, nope, wrong one. Dusters. There. All right, I'm going to do it live. We're in an echo chamber. Sorry, I'm slow. There we go. There's a little bit of a delay. Okay, hold on. That is one. How do I pause this? All right, I'm going to share it. We're in an echo chamber. Oh no. This is going off the rails. Okay, here we go. Repost quote. That's called a QT, a quote tweet. My contact at Ledger sent me a thing and said, you can do a QT. And I had to email him back and say, I'm really sorry. What does QT stand for? I probably should have Googled that. Anyway, we're going to QT this, and we're going to say, hello, the world of crypto. Come join us on the live stream period. We are a good group of people within this project, and we'd love to have you join us, period. We are doing our best to represent crypto in a very professional manner, comma, and our future is bright. Repost. All right, you reposted too. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Nick Cook is back. Nick Cook, okay? I don't know. I think it's Nick Cook. I don't know what it is about this guy that got my attention, and this was Resilient Jack. Here we go. There he is, Nick Cook. Okay, so Resilient Jack put out this tweet yesterday saying, can we smash the YouTube comment section and make this dude buy back into UFD? Would be so funny. We need to bring back that passion he felt in his body. Okay, and he did. That's the good part. He says right there, says UFD to the moon. Okay, so let's watch it. He made a short little video. Hold on here. Where is it? Darn it. Oh, hold on. Here it is. Let's watch this.
I'm going to buy $10,000 of unicorn fart dust right now.
Nick,
I'm sorry about the camera quality. I'm on my iPad.
You're all right, Nick.
So
we love you.
I don't have two phones, so that's what we have to do.
You're a duster, Nick.
As you can see, 51.5 SOL, $10,000 for unicorn fart dust. I really believe that my spirit is telling me to do this right now. The whole community is insanely amazing.
Yes.
And if you know the whole story, go look it up. It's amazing. It's amazing. I really believe this is the strongest community with the lowest market cap on Solana right now. So here we go. Swap.
And Nick Cook is back, baby.
All done. Boom. 51 Solana.
All right. So Nick, welcome back to the herd. And Nick, I'm glad that Resilient Jack found your video and went out and got you guys. Look, we got a lot of buttercups out there. We got a lot of people watching our project. Okay. When the price momentum, I can't make it. Wait a minute. I can't. I'm not allowed. If hypothetically, did you guys? You're welcome. I think you heard that. Susie would like you to watch this on YouTube. It's if hypothetically the momentum starts to really pick up in UFD. Remember, we don't promise anything here. We just deliver. You guys been delivering from day one. There are so many people keeping an eye on you and me and us. Okay, that's the reality. It could be like a floodgate. It could be like trying to drain Hoover Dam with a garden hose. Okay, that's what we're looking at. I'd like to take a second to say thank you to channel sponsor Ledger. They are the cryptocurrency hardware wallet security leader. They secure over 20% of the world's crypto, right? I'd say big leader. Sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs now as well. I mean, what a company, what a big honor to have them. You know, I use the Ledger Flex, I use the Ledger Live app, and I use the Ledger Recovery Key. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I'd recommend you check them out. There's a link in the link tree on my profile. You can check out all the different offers they have, but great products, easy to use. If I can do it, you can do it. And you want to secure your crypto before something bad happens. Learn from my mistake. And MoonPay, right? I think people are talking about maybe an event this weekend where we do like an appreciation day for MoonPay, and they deserve it. I'm not sitting here without MoonPay. They were my first crypto transaction. And, you know, there's a lot of other people out there in the world that can say that as well, because they have over 30 million satisfied customers. Their customer service is awesome. Everybody loves MoonPay. Ivan, the CEO, right, is a leader in the crypto world. They're innovating. They're growing like no other fintech company. What a big honor to have both Ledger and MoonPay as sponsors of Ron's Basement. Thank you very much, guys. Please keep adding them in your post, adding them in your artwork. They're a big part of why both of those companies are a big part organically of why I'm here today. Let's look at a funny video. You got to be getting sick of me, right? Hold on. Let's ask Susie. I don't know if Susie, she's very unique. I don't know if she ever gets sick of me. Hold on one second. Susie, a quick question from the herd. Do you ever get sick of me? Over.
I think you know I love you.
You know what it's like being married, right? Especially when you can only communicate with your wife via walkie-talkie. But I'm sick of this. I'm sick of myself. I get sick of myself sometimes, but this one really gets on my nerves. So let's go check this out. This is funny. We're going to have some fun. Part of what we do is laugh. Hold on here. Oh, hold on. I got to get it set up. I'm coming. There's Nick Cook. Everybody say hi to Nick. He's up on your screen. Hello, Nick Cook. We love you. We love you, Burger Man. We love you, Georgie. We love you, Bean. We love you, Crypt Wizard. We love everybody. All right, let's go take this is share this tab. All right. Okay. On your screen for your viewing pleasure is a 12-second video. And yeah, I know the bean shaking's annoying. It even annoys me. So look what this guy did. I love it. Like, I don't want to look at him anymore. It's only 12 seconds. We'll watch it again. Okay, I promised only once. All you new people might be wondering what I'm doing. This jug, whose idea came from Crypt Wizard months ago, represents all the UFD beans that are in existence, 999 million. Those beans represent the community. As the community grows, and by the way, the community has unlimited growth potential. So this thing could be bursting with beans. But as the community grows, there's less and less room, fewer and fewer available beans, right? Because the number of beans is fixed. And since we are the unicorn horniest community on the internet, we can reproduce in quality, which is the most important thing, at a rate faster than anybody. However, there's a caveat emptor, if that's the right term, sounded right. The number of beans can never get any bigger. So think about that, right? The community can expand almost infinitely. Okay, but the number of available beans is fixed, right? It can't reproduce. It's been neutered, kind of like Jasper the cat. Okay, so at some point, guess what happens? Okay, as this jug fills up, we get to the point where there's a bean shortage. Shh, don't tell anybody. Right? Now, this is all hypothetical. We could even get to a point, right, where we have a beanopoly. Where all us dusters, all us diamond hooves, all of us super dusters, right? We're hanging out in the corral, the herd together. We're not ready to go to the stable just yet. And everybody else is out there looking at you and me and all the other dusters in the corral. And we're like, sorry, Charlie, we're not selling our beans. They're like, please give us some beans. We're sorry. All the buttercups, like we're in the corral together with our horns. They're shining. We're feeling great. And all around the corral, I want you to envision this as a field of buttercups, big yellow buttercup flowers. Okay. And they're all shaking, saying, we want to get in. We're like, sorry, we warned you that there could. I'm just saying this prospectively. Do your own research, all that fun stuff. But that there could be time for a 3-second smile. That's the patented, right? I've applied for a patent on 3-second smile, where us dusters all look into our camera. Well, you look at your screen, look me in the eye, and we smile for these 3 seconds when I say go. You can do that later in the day too. Do I need to remind you? Maybe I'll put out a tweet later. It'll say 3-second smile. Okay. And at that point, you got to stop and smile for 3 seconds. All right. We got a lot more going on. Bitcoin's going through the roof, basically, which is good for overall for crypto, right? Let's go to this. I got to stop saying right, guys. I got to stop saying right. I'm not going to say right again ever. Okay. Bitcoin magazine. Just in, Bitcoin overtakes Google. That was the crazy part about this market cap to become the 5th largest asset in the world. Apple is next. Oh, shoot. One of the other ones I looked at had the chart. I think at the very top is actually gold. But guys, Bitcoin is now the 5th largest asset in the world. That is a big, big deal. We got a lot more to talk about. You know what? I'll read you some wisdom later. But right now, let's go. Let's do it. This is the most important thing going on in UFD. I don't care if you don't have to agree with me, but I think this is the most important thing. Here's a post from Georgie42. Attention, all little dusters. This marks the final 24 hours of the Little Duster Club competition. All entries must be in by 5 o'clock Central Time on Friday. Today's the 14th. So, right, today's Thursday. Friday the 15th. She'll put out another tweet updating that. Thanks for all those for your amazing entries. I'm proud of each and every one of you. This is our guys. There's the graphic they put. This is the coolest contest going in crypto right now, bar none. Okay, because hold on here. The browser lost connection to your screen share audio. All right, that's okay. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'll tell you why that's the coolest contest going on crypto right now. It's a contest for the kids in the UFD community, right? The children of the dusters. But we have so many kids that are drawing pictures. I've got pictures that have been sent to me over the last 8 months. Pictures of unicorns because they believe in their mom and dad. They believe in what we are doing as a community. Okay. But what makes it even cooler is that once the contest is over, all the pieces of art are going to be turned into NFTs from the first annual, okay, Little Duster art contest. They're going to all be made into NFTs. I almost said UFTs. UFOs. Do you believe in UFOs? NFTs, and those NFTs will then be auctioned off. And then I'm going to take the proceeds and buy myself a Lambo and put pictures on it. And, no, I'm not. I'm going to keep driving the 2012 Honda Odyssey minivan. Maybe if we get the $7 billion market cap with UFD someday, I may upgrade to a newer minivan. But anyway, nonetheless, the money that's raised from the NFTs is then going to be donated to a charity, a children's related health charity. And we've got a vote going on right now. The one that was leading, something unicorn, I forgot again today to get it up. But guys, think about that. Kids art contest made into NFTs. Proceeds go to a children's health charity, kids with cancer. I mean, really? Who else is doing that? Anyone? Bueller? Has anyone seen Bueller? No, right? I mean, a lot of and that's great. I have a warped sense of humor. I always have. I'm a very creative person, but I also have a very solid set of morals and like what's right and what's good in the world. Some of these I'll say it one more time, a few of these other crypto communities, what are they doing? Some crazy stuff, which can be funny, whatever. But what we're doing, right, is raising money, helping the kids in our community, doing something fun and raising money for children's charities. Thank you very much, Georgie. Okay, everybody give big respect to our friend Georgie, okay, because she's the one that's behind this, and it's a big, big deal. This reflects positively onto Unicorn Fart Dust. All right, guys, let's just talk about quickly what's going on out there in the macro. Let's look at the macro right now. I'm going to bring you out to look at the dollar index. And for those of you who don't know what the dollar index is, it's very important in relation to the price of anything that is measured in US dollars. And where is it? There it is right there. Okay, so this is from Market Watch. This is a chart that shows the DXY index. What is going on here? Hold on. Darn computers. There we go. Okay. That's the DXY index. So as you can see, right, there's the come on, crayons, right? Having a little tech issue here. Bear with me. Darn it. Okay. Fifth time's the charm. There we go. That's the DXY index. You can Google it yourself anytime. This measures the US dollar's value, quote unquote, and I'll explain that in a second, against a basket of other currencies like the Japanese yen, the Swiss franc, the euro. Basically, it measures the value of the dollars against a bunch of other fiat currencies, which some people might argue are actually worth no more than a bunch of toilet paper. It's kind of compares the, some people say the best horse in the glue factory, or it's like comparing four guys who jump off the top of the Empire State Building and they're all headed to their ultimate demise, but they're comparing themselves to each other like, hey, you're falling slower than I am, however you want to look at it. But the US dollar index, as you can see right now, sits at 98. Okay. It has broken below 100. I want to go out and show you something very interesting about that. Okay. And that is, I won't say okay either. I'm going to verbally manifest this into my life. No more rights, no more okays. All right. Okay. There's 100 on that chart. This is a long-term chart. Goes all the way back to pre 1990. So all the way back to probably to 1985. That red line is at 100. Okay, we just went below, as you can see. Right, here's today, basically, and we just went below 100. As this, and what's really critical to see on this is that we have never really spent that much time above 100 when you look at it through the lens of, what is that, 1985, I said? That's 40 years. You're looking at maybe, definitely, I would say less than 10 years out of that 40 years that we were above 100. The point is, and the reason we want to pay attention, we could fall much, much lower. Okay, we got as low as about 75 at one point there in the past. As the US dollar index continues to go down, that will make anything that we measure, that we use the dollar as the unit of measure to measure, and most of us use the dollar to measure unicorn fart dust. But things like silver, gold, anything real, also measuring that will go up in value. Now, what's interesting when you look at this chart is one more thing I want to show you. If you look at this period here, which was about 2001 through 2010-ish, 11-ish, you can see the dollar index went into a bear market. Most of you know what that means, a down market, okay? There was no crypto back then, but there was gold and silver. And gold and silver had unbelievable runs in their price during that period. Silver, for instance, which I often refer to as the original cryptocurrency, went from $5 per ounce all the way to $50 per ounce in 2011. That is a 10x return. So don't be surprised if the dollar index stays below 100. It's at 98 right now, but continues to go lower, and that presents a very, very supportive environment for crypto and for anything that's like non-dollar fiat oriented. The value of the dollar on top of that, okay, which makes it even better. One last big thing, and there's a big reason why we want to bring this up. On top of that, the fact that just the dollar compared to other fiat currencies could likely go into a very bad bear market. But the cherry on top is that regardless, all of those currencies are falling at once. It's like they're on a seesaw comparing themselves to each other, but the fulcrum, the center of the seesaw, is on quicksand and it's sinking. Okay. So not only could the dollar relative to other currencies go down, but despite that, it's doing that in an environment where all the currencies in their real values are going down. You don't need to be as old as I am to realize. Think back just 5 years ago, guys, when you went to the grocery store, right? Now, whatever you buy, the basket of groceries that cost you $100 at the grocery store 5 years ago, I guarantee you go get those same products if you even can, because most of them have shrunk their packaging size. That's called shrinkflation. But nonetheless, you go get the same equivalent amount of groceries at the grocery store, it's going to cost you $150. And they may say, well, the dollar is still, the DXY, the dollar index is still at the same level. No, right? Sure. That's a mirage. The real value, right, underpinning all of it, the real value of the dollar, the real value of the euro, the real value of the yen, all of those things has been going down. But our government, although they just fired the head of the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, our government tells us that we only have what, 2.9%? I don't even listen to that crap anymore. Excuse my language. I used the C word. I don't even listen to that anymore, because we know that the reality is the mathematics behind what's happening in this country right now. $37 trillion in national debt. 37 trillion. Let me just refresh for you quickly. 1 trillion is equal to a million times a million. We are pretty much for sure, although anything can happen, but we are pretty much for sure past the point of no return, where the only way they're going to be able to keep up this dollar situation is by essentially diluting or devaluing the value of the dollar in real terms, real terms, meaning don't be surprised. Okay. Buckle up, Buttercup. Don't be surprised if in 5 years from now, you go to the grocery store and that basket of groceries that cost you $150 right now cost $200, or maybe even more, right? We're in this wild period of major change in the world, financially, fiscally, with the situation that our government has got us into, monetarily, with the Fed and how they've mismanaged the dollar now for decades and decades. And we have a person in the White House. This is not a political statement. I do not get into politics on this channel, but objectively, we can look at the person in the White House in the administration and look at the history of that person and realize that they're a person who likes a lot of debt. They're a person who's been through a few bankruptcies. They're a person who tends to like a lot of drama and a lot of big events and change. So buckle up, Buttercups. Okay. Us dusters, super dusters, we know, but it's going to be an interesting ride here in the next 3 years. I could be dead wrong. No doubt about it. But, right, when you take a step back and look at what's going on, all the moving pieces, it's very interesting. All right, it's time for the wisdom of the day. Remember, this is from the book, All the Wisdom in One Place by Sean D. Williamson. I got a link to it in the description. It's a book that has every piece of wisdom ever recorded in the history of the world. It's a cheat code on how to avoid pain. It's a cheat code on how to get, if you're young, you're younger than, if you're like in your 20s, read this book. I guarantee you, right? It's very interesting. And there's like the secrets of life are in here. All right, let me see. I'm just picking something random. This one caught my attention. I'll read one that's more community oriented tomorrow. But to keep your secret is wisdom, but to expect others to keep it is folly. Okay. Now I have learned that, I don't know if you have over the years. Number one, it's always best to keep your mouth shut. Okay. On many different levels. I know I come down here and blab for almost 40 minutes. Okay. But nonetheless, generally speaking, especially if there's emotion involved, whatever, it's always good to keep your mouth. But when it comes to secrets, it's always good to keep your mouth shut. People will say stuff to me and say, please don't tell anybody. I'm like, hey man, I learned a long time ago, I have no benefit in sharing anyone else's business with anybody else. And a lot of people trust me with a lot of their secrets because of that. Family members, friends, whoever it may be. right? Like I have no interest. There's nothing that little people like to gossip because it makes them feel like they're important. That doesn't make you important. Try keeping your mouth closed, and you'll actually feel better about yourself knowing that you're able to keep your mouth shut and not get and be true to your word, right? If somebody asks you, right? I mean, we talk about that in UFD: honesty, integrity, prosperity. To keep a secret, keep the secret. It's your little secret. It's not a secret anymore if you share it with somebody else. All right, guys. What else? I do want to say thank you again. I think there may be a unicorn version of this coming with like different beautiful colors. But another big supporter of me over the years has been Dirty Man Safe. These things are cool. You bury them in the ground. You're like a pirate. You got something you want to keep safe and secret. You know, do what the pirates did. It's worked for thousands of years. Bury it in the ground. Okay. It's a capsule, and this thing is cool. It is robust. What do I keep in mind? You know, I keep the unicorn, but you can check them out at dirtymansafe.com. They come in a variety, excuse me, of sizes. This is the dirty girl. I like little things, but there's also the dirty man and the dirty old man. And there's a discount code. See that? Ron10. Thank you, Dirty Man Safe, for your support. Thank you guys for being here. Remember, it's real simple what we're doing. There's a lot of noise in crypto. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of everything. You know it. I know it. What we're doing is very simple. We know how to keep secrets. We know that honesty, integrity will lead to prosperity. We know that good does attract good. We know that the Lindy effect dictates to us that the longer we exist as a non-perishable item, which we are non-perishable, that means they're talking about this, right? This is my daily banana. Yes, I eat a banana every day. I'd highly recommend it. But nonetheless, this is not subject to the Lindy effect. The longer this thing exists, the blacker it's going to get. But we are non-perishable. So it's like a law of nature. The longer we exist, the more likely we are to exist even longer and be successful. But it all starts with the simple equation. Community first. In UFD, we have a secret weapon, and our secret weapon is the community, because the community is our utility. Nobody else can say that like we can say it. Right? There's other great communities. You know that. I'm not casting any shade on everybody but us, but there are other great communities. But nobody does it as special as we do. Nobody has the community that can come up with new ideas, has the grit and determination that we have. All that other stuff is noise. Just look at the history of the other 19 million cryptos. It's littered with empty promises and blah, blah, blah. We don't promise nothing. We deliver. Okay. You deliver. I deliver. We deliver. Have a great day. Be good to yourself. That'll give you a good foundation from which to be good to other people. Thanks for being here in the basement with me. Bye-bye.